Hello everybody and welcome to What's My Role? My name is Ben Marguerite and I'm your host and Dungeon Master. With me as always are our players Tom, Isaac, Nathan, and Hamish. And we're a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast recorded and produced in beautiful Hong Kong. When last we left off, the party was trapped on the Astral plane, about to face off against Lady Night, and Falorhana was infused with some form of arcane energy. Will the party have to fight Lady Night? Will they ever make their way back home? Find out in What's My Role? Episode 12. Welcome to What's My Role? You're standing there, you're on the astral plane, you're looking off into the distance, all of you as the party, and you see nothingness. It's not even space, it's just swirling nebulas as far as you can see. And in front of you on this rocky surface that you're on, standing at a distance from you, is Lady Night, having just declared herself as Birshet Malkai with a bunch of other names and titles. And yeah, you're standing there, and what would you like to do? The first person up, we have rolled initiative. The first person to act is Falorhana. Falorhana, what would you like to do?
I will say I'm going to move first, so moving forward. I'll move to the left edge, and I will say, you want to fight us. Surely you can help us with your great power. And I'm going to look out to the void, and I'm going to internally call out, as I assume I might hear something.
You feel that power that normally comes from your magic, and that hunger as well, and you feel it strengthen you. Give me a perception check.
Getting these out of the way early. That's another nat 20.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
24.
Okay, so a couple of things. First thing is Lady Night turns to you as you say that, and she looks at you. You can see what looks to be horror and confusion when she stares at you. She's very proud of that. Yeah. Horror and confusion. She looks at you, and she seems to be, you know that kind of thing when people look at you, but they look just like not quite at your eyes, and maybe they look above or around, and you're like, oh, do I have something on my face or something or whatever? She's looking at you, and it's like she's taking in a very different shape and appearance to you.
Seeing the anime power line.
Yeah.
It's gone Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's gone even beyond.
The other thing you feel is a deep connection that runs far, far, far away to a distance that is, it's difficult to understand what distance means on the astral plane where you're at right now, but you do feel somewhat safe and you feel empowered. Mechanically speaking, because this is the source of your power and you're deeper connected to it, I'm giving you the ability to have your 6th level Aberrant Mind feature, which is Psychic Defenses. You gain resistance to psychic damage, and you have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. In addition to that, you have a seemingly endless pool of sorcery points when you're here right now. If you dip into that pool, let me know. I'm going to have you roll a d20, and depending on how much you dip in and what happens as a result, there'll be consequences, but it's power. You have access to the power that fuels you right now. You can also use this power to benefit your friends as a bonus action, same way you would use your sorcery points once per turn. If you choose to do that, you can dip into the points to benefit them, and it's going to be up to our discussion as it goes through what you can do for them.
Okay. If I still have an action for this round,
You do.
I will, noticing her horror, and just say, for someone called Lady Night, why are you so afraid of the dark? As I'll gesture towards my brother, and I'm going to try to feed the power to him.
Cool. I want to know what's your goal for here? What are you trying to do for him?
Power? Are you like stuffing my head full of nightmares?
No, I mean, it's only nightmares if you're scared.
So,
Yeah.
So,
Why be scared of the tentacles? I will...
because they've hurt me in the past.
My aim is to power him up. If this is a chance for us to gain power, thinking about our previous battles against the creature in the town, souping up his powers and making sure he can tap into some strength that I've borne for so long.
Yeah. This is going to cost you 4 sorcery points.
Great.
And what you gain out of this is your highest level spell slot. You gain an additional spell slot of that highest level right now for you, Tobin.
Oh, okay. Second level?
Second level, yeah.
Can I also give him eternal nightmares that will keep him up? No? Okay.
But we'll describe mechanically what happens, but I need you to roll a d20.
Sure thing. That's a 12.
12? Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So with
Ready
that,
for a
is it an
step.
action to do that buff to one person?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When you do that, you feel that deep connection that extends far into the distance, and you channel some of that energy as if it's a tendril that extends from your head directly into Tobin, into feeding his power. And you can feel, and in your mind, it's like you see this tentacle extend from you and into him. Tobin, as far as you feel, it just feels for this brief second that your magic is kind of tainted, or just there's some kind of other something else coming into your magic. It's not arcane, it's raw energy that's fueling into you for that brief second.
I
It gives
feel
you a jolt.
powerful. More.
At the same time, you know that what you just did, Falorhana, it's as if you've lit a beacon in the night. This is as if you are a lighthouse in this moment, as if this call is emanating out into this plane of existence.
Nice.
Chums in the water
in the night.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, lovely. Good.
Awesome.
Specifically, I'm lit up, not him.
You.
Hey, nice one, man.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, monsters, here we are. Come get us.
I'm sure we'll be safe here on the different plane of existence.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
You have an action left if you want to take it. What would you like to do?
Looking at her as well, I will do Mind Sliver.
Oh, we're doing this.
We're attacking her.
Well, are we-
What's happening?
No, just do it, man.
Now I'll boost
You
him up.
just-
I'm
you
gonna.
just tried to
can
convince
I ready
her.
an action? Can I ready an action?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'll just powering him up, and I'll be ready to cast Mind Sliver if she is aggressive towards us.
Okay, I got it. You've readied your action. She looks at you. I'm not afraid of the dark. You are the one that should fear me. You've come into my domain, my home. What do you seek? Why do you wish to drag me into that world?
We came to you for a solution. Running away, you can run scared if you want to, but you know something about this. You can help us.
I want no part in what you have described. Tobin, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Look behind me. Is there still a doorway behind us?
No.
Oh, God.
You look behind, and you are on the edge of this rocky outcropping that's just floating in eternal emptiness. You can see rocks extending further out, but right behind you is a fall that will never end. You can see down, down, down.
I turn back to Lady Knight and I shout, "You don't have to stay and help fight, but you could give us some information. You obviously know something about this monster."
Why should I help you? What do I wish to interact with you? You brought something to this town. It is your fault, I assume.
How did we bring something? What did we do that brought
I was
it?
having a perfectly fine day until you came and showed me apocalyptic views of I don't know what. Roll for persuasion.
Oh, I'm not very charismatic. I'll
Can
try.
I be giving him advantage if I'm also
No.
speaking
Give
to
me
him?
one of those tentacles,
Because
sister.
I'm going to say no because you've tried to intimidate her in the same way.
Okay.
a 2, which becomes a 1.
Oh.
Fuck you, Lady Knight.
She turns and she says, I am endless. I am boundless. And I came from the abyss, and to the abyss I will remain. I serve no one, and you are in my domain. As she seems to weave this spell around her, and she speaks out this abyssal tongue that comes from her, and she starts to levitate into the air.
Uh-oh.
Who?
That's not a problem. We don't want anything to do with your foreverness.
We were just stopping by.
We just want help. At least let us go back home.
Yep.
You haven't attacked her yet. She hasn't attacked. She's confused why you're here, and she's demonstrating her powers in this moment.
Yep.
But she's floating above in this endless void. As you can see, she's like rising up above you all. It is Mr. Squeak's turn. What does Mr. Squeak want to do?
Mr. Squeak says, squeak, 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 squeak.
Roll persuasion. Natural 20.
That's very persuasive.
You, Mr. Squeakums.
Mr. Hanks, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I fall to my knees in respect and homage, and I say, truly, you are the greatest of all creatures. Please, we need no conflict. We came to you for help because we know that you are the only one who could help us.
Roll persuasion. It's a DC 20. She doesn't want to get involved with this.
Great. Well, good luck then, because it was an 11.
11.
How do you like them apples?
She looks at you and says, pitiful. Grovel more. Enjoy your stay in the astral plane.
I get down and now I move from my knees to the ground where I'm laying totally flat on the ground and start kissing the rock. Indeed, I grovel to you, O Most High.
Garrett, it's your turn.
I look
Total
down
sub.
in confusion at Mr. Hanks and kind of furrows his brow a little bit as he looks up at this floating being. How many feet off the ground is she floating?
She's floating 20 feet up above you.
That's pretty high. All right. And I look down at Apollo. I whisper to him. I just say, "Get ready, boy." And he puts his hand on his pistol. And I, too, would like to ready in action. So if she wants to rumble, she's going to get shot.
Pop, pop.
All right, it is Fowler Hana's turn, as everyone seems to be readying an action to fuck up Lady Knight, except for Mr. Hanks, who's
Well, I didn't
groveling.
prepare
Can I
anything.
whisper as well and say,
Yeah.
"Mr. Hanks, get up."
It's kind of embarrassing.
I cannot fight her.
Mr. Hanks, it's kind of sad.
Fowler Hana. Yeah, I think it's obvious that you don't want to fight for the most part, except for Garrett, who's probably ready to fucking fight.
Garrett's ready, man.
Yeah.
I didn't take no shit from some floating.
But you came
Armor
here
lady?
for help. That was the goal.
Yeah.
If you want, I'm going to say this just openly. If it looks like you're de-escalating and you're not ready, because when you're readying a spell, it's readying a spell. You know what I mean? And when you're readying your hand on your on your gun, it's the same thing. That's
right.
On your pistol. So it seems like it's a confused party. Some of you are demanding, some of you are begging, some of you are trying to intimidate.
Yep.
It depends on what you're trying to do, but right now that's why you
For
can tell
something,
you can
yeah.
tell she's readying to fuck you up, but it's your choice. So, Father Hana, you act. What would you like to do?
I will, the energy I've been gathering, I'll dissipate it as I'll go, "We just need your help. This creature has been bringing this apocalypse longer than... It knew us. It knew all of us. You saw that it defeated you. It's learnt over looping through time several times. We don't know why suddenly, only for a few days, we've been brought into it. We want to help stop it. We would like your knowledge, you know so much. You know of magics far beyond our ken. Please tell us what we can do. Please, we beg for your aid."
Roll for persuasion with advantage.
That's a 17.
She looks at you. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I have not seen for myself what you've described, though I've peered into your minds. It could be a vision. It could be anything. But I don't want any part of it. But perhaps we can discuss this. She levitates towards you. You're still in initiative order, but you can freely talk, unless there's an action you want to take.
So does that mean you're going to help us then?
I will choose to do what I wish.
Huh.
What do you seek from me? You've come to me. You've shown me these visions. And from what you're saying, I will wake up tomorrow and it'll be the same. What do you wish from me?
Would you know anything of this type of creature? Tobin, could you display it? We believe it might be fiendish or demonic in origin.
This looks like an emissary of hell, if anything, a fiend. I do not know which level of hell it arises from, but it is formidable. I have not seen one of these in many years.
How do we get rid of it? How do we send it back to hell?
You can kill it. You can try and create a spell that opens up a gateway and push it through, but I do not know another way. Beings like this cannot just traverse through these planes. They need to be invited or summoned. So if you can find a way to stop the summoning, that would stop it, unless it comes naturally or it's tied to...
We have a book of summoning, and there was a page torn out.
Okay, well, that sounds like...
Like a very key clue.
I'm just saying, like...
Seems
This
kind
is
of bang on.
me, brainstorming, no bad ideas here, but I feel like we should put two and two. You should put two and two together.
Well, do you happen to read Infernal?
She's a tiefling.
She is a tiefling.
That's their thing.
I don't like to assume.
No, I
Don't be a
do
racist,
not know
Gary.
how to read Infernal.
What?
What?
Really?
All tieflings know how to read Infernal?
I mean, it's your home language, right?
You don't know everything about me.
I mean, is it your home tongue?
Give me an insight check.
Maybe.
That shock is real. It's warranted.
12.
You don't think she's lying? She has no reason to lie to you.
Well, I can read a little bit.
It's
Cool
good for you.
language.
Great. Yeah.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
Hey,
yeah.
sorry, Mr. Hanks. Just when something like this is cast, the spell, because this demon thing, does it have a name?
Yes. The type of demon it is called an orthon.
Orthon. All right. Well, when this Orthon appears each day, every time it's somewhere else. It's appearing somewhere else. I don't know why. But is there some kind of, I don't know, signature or energy or something when this spell is initially cast? Somewhere where we'd be able to find out where in the city it's being cast?
I would have to do some research to see if that's possible. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this kind of time loop magic before?
Manipulating time is a unique form of arcane magic. I do not know of any being that can do this or any spell that does this type of... I know how there are some fabled spells that can stop time or speed it up, but to loop it, I never heard of this.
If you wouldn't mind me being forward, this creature seems to enjoy his time looped into Brighthallow. What brought you here? Was it the magic of the place? There's so much we don't understand of the town itself.
I will help you with this creature if I can, if it will do anything.
Thanks.
But I will not tell you any more about me.
Do you...
It's
I mean,
fair trade.
maybe you've been in Brighthallow for quite a while. There used to be it seems like a temple out by the dig site underneath everything. Were you around when that temple was in use?
There's no temple aside from Lathander in Brighthallow.
Insight check on that?
Go for it.
Was it a temple though, or was it something else?
There were murals on the wall
Like, is she just
and a
being like
statue.
facetious? It's like, there's no temples.
As far as you can tell, she seems to believe what she's saying.
Can I cast a minor illusion of the god that we saw with the flowing hair? Do you know who this could be?
She looks at you as you display that image, and she says, "What are you doing?"
I'm showing you the image of a possible god that we found in a sunken temple. Maybe you might know who it is.
I cannot see what you're describing.
Can I see it?
Can I see it?
You can all see it. Floating in front of you is one of these murals that you've kind of depicted, but she's looking at you and at it, and she's like, "I just see a swirling colors. It's a nice show. What do you mean?"
What about reading? Can you read his mind?
She already said she can't read.
Burn.
You look into his mind like you did before.
Sure.
Do illusions not work in the astral plane?
She's
I
going
can
to
see it.
cast detect thoughts on you. Do you want to fail?
I'm open to it.
Okay. What do you think of when she casts
I
detect
think
thoughts as
of,
she tries to peer into your
I
mind?
think of our expedition into the dig site and underneath it.
You need to let me into your mind for me to view your thoughts.
I am. Let me try something else. I think of the
Festival?
The festival.
Right, I can see the festival.
Okay.
Show her
just
the
do you see
coins?
the coins?
Yes, of course.
And then do you see the dig site? The surface of the dig site?
Yes, I see a hole in the ground.
Do you see me dropping something into the hole and it going in?
I see you dropping a scroll.
And then do you see us going into the hole?
There is no hole. It just falls into the hole in the ground. What do you mean there's a hole?
Well, we went into this hole and there was a sunken temple.
From what
it
she's
appears that it's protected somehow. You can't see.
It is protected.
Can you draw it? Who's got some paper? You got paper?
I've got paper.
You got paper? Okay. Sorry, Lady Knight, do you have a pen?
Are you on the floor, dude?
What are you trying to do? You want to draw this image for her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a quill?
I do.
Oh,
I have my
thanks.
spellbook.
Here.
You got some ink?
I hand him some paper, but like from I hold it up. 'cause I'm on the
Sure.
ground.
Hang on a second. Wait, I don't know what it looks like. Here, you guys
I draw it.
As you're drawing this, everyone give me a perception check.
Yeah, are the demons coming for us?
Possibly.
What'd you get?
14.
13.
12.
19.
Okay, so all of you are focused on this drawing project.
No, it's longer hair. It's out to the
Including-
side.
There's a
You
swirl.
were there.
The hair
I
was
saw
longer.
the image.
It was a golden color.
And as
What is
you
that, a
as you
fringe?
draw this, she sees what you're drawing, and it just doesn't seem to, like it. She can see the drawing very
It's like
clearly,
Picasso.
but she doesn't understand what you're trying to express to her. It's like continually every time
It's
you.
a literal mental block. from
Yeah,
understanding it.
she doesn't. She understands what you're. Yeah, it's like every time she looks at it, she's trying to piece together what you're trying to describe to her. But for you, Tobin, you for a brief second in the distance can see a flutter of movement off the corner of your eye to the left. It's like that moment when you think you see a shadow move in this distance.
Lady Knight, are there other creatures that live in this plane?
Of course, I'm not alone in the
Lady-
astral
think
plane.
Lady Knight, is it
But do
possible
not
for us
worry,
to-
it's fine. They
No, no,
cannot
no,
find us. It's okay. I
saw
I've
something.
shielded my mind, and
Our minds are not shielded?
It should be fine.
I'm really not sure it will be. Could we have this conversation somewhere a bit safer?
As you say that, deep in all of your minds, you hear, "Emissary of Chesagoth,
Lady Knight, we really need to go. Lady Knight?
There
If we could
is
just-
no going.
What's happening?
You guys are
Children.
hearing this, right?
Yep.
Who's Jessica?
Stop.
Oh, God.
As you say that, you see appearing, climbing over to the side of the rock face, you see these kind of insect-like creatures. They seem tentacly, but also like sharp mandibles, and it's hard to even see their features as they kind of amorphously climb onto the rocks next to you.
Apollo, get ready.
In addition to that, in the distance above you, you can see this floating, giant, eel-like shape that is floating around
Fuck yeah.
as it circles you. You're still in initiative order. We're going to start with Falarhana. And Falarhana, what would you like to do?
I would like to do a second level magic missile.
Oh, again, just straight, always ready to rumble.
Cool.
I
I
don't
love
think
it.
these guys are going
As
to be
these,
chatty.
as these creatures kind of climb over and they kind of reach towards you, and this floating giant serpent-like eel creature with tentacles is floating above, and you can hear that voice echoing in your minds telepathically. There's this force of energy. Every time it speaks, it's as if it's shouting into your minds and punishingly loud. Go for it.
Alrighty, with a second level cast, it's 4 darts of magic, and I'll cast them. I'll do 2 on the one closest to me and 2 the one that's near Tobin.
Okay, cool.
Okay. That is 9 damage to the one closest to me,
Love it.
and then the one near Tobin, that is 6 damage. It is force damage. Do they seem to take the hit?
It impacts perfectly as they seem to reel and kind of push back. But what it does is it just kind of like enters into them and it goes through. It does take a chunk of these. It's like they're composed of these kind of
Of
like
things.
slithering creatures. It's like an amorphous blob of these things.
Oh, joy.
Yeah.
And I will say, Lady Knight, do we have a way out of here? And I'm going to shift just a bit into the middle of the cycle.
We do, but it took a lot of energy. I will have to access some energy. So just give me 1 second. Should be fine. As she looks around and sees the creature above her. Should be fine. Fucking goddamn it. It is Tobin's turn.
How high above us is that creature?
It is floating about 100 feet above you.
Can I do a perception check or an insight check or investigation on these creatures?
What do you want to do?
I want to investigate. I want to see like what
All the things.
their weakness might be.
Okay, give me either a nature check or a perception check.
Well, nature it is. 12.
You can see that there's something about the creatures that you're looking at that their skin seems very, very similar to the cloak that you wear. There's a chance that they might have some powers that are similar to the cloak that you wear.
Okay, I'm going to cast Firebolt on the one closest to me.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'll wave my hand, Elbile, and shoot a Firebolt at it.
As fire whips out from your hand.
A natural 20.
Oh, hell yeah. Roll that damage. Yeah.
16 fire damage.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the fire-looking thing.
Yeah, it is
eels.
not looking good as it's
Oh,
just
right.
engaged, as it's just inflamed in fire.
I try to take a step back and I bump into my fellow companions. Oh, no.
Yeah. You can still move if you want.
I don't know if there's a point to move, really.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think I'll stay on my ground.
Fair enough. Okay. Lady Knight is going to attempt to cast what is a very powerful spell. Anyone who's proficient in Arcana can do a check right now, can see what she's trying to do.
21.
21. So, Garrett, you understand that this is a type of arcane gate. It's going to open up basically the doorway.
Yeah.
It's very powerful and higher level than you would expect. It's quite a powerful spell. And you can tell that she doesn't have that energy required to summon it as she's trying to pull, because you can tell that she is not innately magical the way that Falarhana is. She derives her power from some other source. And she's saying, "Give me power," as she's calling out as loud as possible.
Am I allowed to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I see this, I turn around and I look at the enemies around and I just say, "Guys, dig your heels in. I think we might be here for a little while."
As she's calling out to her patron, and the magic is starting to build, but it doesn't seem to be working quite well. And it is now Mr. Hanks' turn. Mr. Hanks, what would you like to do?
I look at Lady Knight and I say, "What do you need? You're trying to get your power. How can we help you?"
It could start with you being quiet as I try and access this power.
It's no problem. I'll shut up. I've got other
You're
things.
still talking as
Sorry.
you're telling me you'll be quiet.
I'm real sorry.
Why are you still talking?
And then I look up at the worm thing in the sky also. That's 100 feet up, whatever it is. The eel.
Mm-hmm.
And I...
Give me a nature check.
Oh, okay. That's a 20, a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You know, you do teach at a school. You've read a lot of books.
I do.
You like stories. And there are stories about creatures that existed before gods existed. Things called aboleths, large eel-like creatures that hunger for power and to dominate other creatures. They view themselves above gods. And you are looking at a description that you've read. And you're now seeing floating above you, and you've read about the devastation on civilizations they can wreak if left unchecked.
It's 100 feet up, right? So
Yes,
it's out of range.
Swimming around, yeah, up there. Yeah.
Okay, so I say, hey, you thing, Aboleth. Yeah, I know what you are.
You don't need to speak so loud. I'm in your head.
Oh, neat trick. Get in people's heads, huh? Is that because you're afraid, can't get close enough to have a real conversation?
Everyone else is just hearing Mr. Hanks talking.
Are you shit talking the thing that is beyond God?
It's rude. I'm in a conversation. Yeah. So you think you're real tough, huh? Why don't you prove it? Because as far as I know, you were here before gods. That's because you were a mistake, a prototype for the real thing. You want to?
Dare speak to me that way.
You're right. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And then
You speak to the Rattlethrogoth.
don't even know your own name.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you so bad.
Yeah, come on, give it a shot.
Are you gonna do any actions?
Yes, and then I rage it up, and I recklessly try to attack the nearest slug creature.
Heck yeah.
18.
18. Awesome. So the nearest one to you, I see it. Okay. Yeah, as you take out your sword and you slice into it.
That would be a
okay.
13.
13, yes.
And when I strike, if I do strike it, now it is at disadvantage.
Awesome. As you cut into it, you feel that creature's presence in your mind, and I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
Good call. Anger the angry godlike
19.
creature above us.
19. Awesome. I love it. As there's this powerful, loud, just like noises enters into your mind, and you just shake it off.
What's that? Can't hear you.
Allow me to be clear. As it swims down through the air towards you directly.
Oh, jeez.
And it's going to attack you using one of its legendary actions.
Oh boy.
We'll see how legendary it is.
As one of its tentacles is reaching out for a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
As it hits, as the tentacle slams into you, I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
15.
15. Very cool. As it does 15 bludgeoning damage to you. Actually, you're raging, so 7 bludgeoning damage to you.
That tickles.
As it slams into you. It is now these creatures' turn as they start to come out, and you notice that 2 more of these creatures, they look a little bit smaller as they kind of like fly in on what appear to be wings that are not really moving so much as just kind of gliding them through this empty space.
Interesting.
The creatures are going to make attacks. One's going to attack Mr. Hanks, one's going to attack Tobin, and the other one looks like it's going to attack Lady Knight.
Protect Lady Knight.
As the other 2 floating ones are in the distance away, but they're floating towards you on this turn. They won't make it to you in that turn, but they'll be within striking distance on the next one. That is 19 to hit against you, fella. Oh, no, sorry, against you, Tobin.
Come baby.
That is 7 piercing damage, and I need you to do a wisdom saving roll, as it seems to bite into you. You have disadvantage on this saving throw.
I got a 19.
19 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We each can roll 19s at disadvantage.
That's great. You can feel as these things bite into you, and as they're near you, it just feels like your thoughts aren't cohesive. They aren't linear in your head, as it's very difficult to concentrate on anything in this moment, as it's just making it harder. They have an aura around them as they attack you. The next one's going to attack Lady Knight. It got a nat 20 against Lady Knight. Okay, that's 11 damage to Lady Knight, piercing damage. But she is going to have to do a wisdom save. She fails her wisdom save, attacks against her are going to have advantage until the start of its next turn. As it bites into her, as its poison infused into her, and her concentration is lapsed a bit.
Lady Light, no!
And the final one against Mr. Hanks. I got a 7 to hit.
That's a
It
miss.
does not hit as it tries to bite you. Garrett, it is your turn.
All right. I don't like this one bit. I'll say, Apollo, help her out. And I'm telling Apollo to go and help the Lady of Night. Night. Where is this slug guy now? He hasn't moved physically on the map.
He's come down, and he's 10 feet above Mr. Hanks.
Okay, great. So he's right there.
Yeah.
Right
Wherever you want
within
him.
range.
Yeah.
Now you get it.
Go for it.
Garrett turns, looks up at the purple slug guy, just closes one eye, squeezes the trigger.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a 15.
15 does not hit as it just seems to slither out of the way in a Matrix-like moment.
Yep. And I am going to move away from this other creature as well.
Heck yeah.
Well, I would like to be where Apollo is.
Yeah.
So can this kind of happen?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
great.
fine.
So Apollo is going to move up to the closer to Lady Night to be able to engage with the creature that's attacking her, but also blocking her, the other one from reaching her.
Awesome.
And as Apollo moves up to this creature who is up there against Lady Night, he would like to help.
Okay, so do the help action.
Yeah, so he's going to aid by kind of snapping at this creature
Heck yeah.
and distracting it a little bit.
Oh, cool, yeah.
To aid her.
Give me a intimidate check for Apollo.
Natty 20.
Natty 20. As
What did you
Apollo
do
kind of
before?
jumps forward and tries to growl, or as it's woof 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 woof, as it barks at the creature. Growl growl, attack me, attack me.
It's playing on loop.
That kind of creature kind of looks at Apollo and not at Lady Night, and it seems to have done the trick. It wants to attack
Great.
Apollo instead. Awesome. It is Falorhana's turn. Falorhana, what would you like to do?
First thing, looking to Lady Night. She's still attempting to cast, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you need power, and I'm going to feed some power to her. From the realm.
I love it. Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
She explodes.
Yeah. Whoops.
I love it. It's going to cost a lot to do this, just so you know.
How much?
It's going to cost 6 sorcery points for this. I needed to roll a d20.
Okay. A bigger fish is going to come along and eat that one. It'll be fine. Ooh. That is a 17.
17. Cool. In that moment, as you do that, you can feel that energy going through you and into Lady Night. And for the briefest second, everyone can see the tentacle extend mentally from Falorhana into Lady Night. You can see it ethereally, as if there's like a shadow presence there, and you can all see this negative light that's emanating from her. And when all of you turn to see Falorhana, you can see this writhing, larger tentacle that seems to extend beyond her into the depths, and you can grasp just the smallest minute understanding of who she is and where her magic comes from, that she is tied to something that's deeper and darker.
What?
Falorhana, there's something on your head.
You made the save, so it's good. And
So yes, bonus action for her. And then I will, again, Magic Missile at 2nd level.
yes,
Of the 3 that are currently engaged with us, which ones are looking the weakest?
the one that was next to Tobin,
All right, protecting my brother, blasting all 4 darts into...
as they're all in the center on this rocky, craggy kind of rat face. Yeah.
All right. That is a 15 damage. It's
Oh,
magic
15
missile, so
damage.
it
Sorry,
auto
yeah,
hits.
15. 15 damage. Heck yeah! As it explodes and just rips it to shreds. These magic missiles rip this creature to shreds. It is gone.
Thanks, sister.
You can feel the aboleth kind of focus on you, as you can just sense its hunger for the power that you carry. Tobin, it's your turn.
I turn to the floating worm, the eel in the sky, and I want to cast Phantasmal Force,
Heck yeah.
Fantasy Craft, and I want to cast I want him to see a very thick and threatening wall of fire right above us. So if he tries to get us, he has to go through the fire.
So what kind of saving
So
throw is
it's,
that?
it's an intelligence saving throw.
This eternal
It
being.
got
Might be very
it got a 17, and that was a low roll for it.
Just made it. All right, and I'm gonna scarf down a health potion.
Heck yeah. It is the Lady Knight's turn. And as you see, she's calling for her patron, and that energy infuses into her. And for a moment, she's like, God damn it, Valentina, show yourself! You owe me! As what appears to be this shade that is similar to what you see with Falorhana, right? With this tentacle. But this massive creature of like terrifying proportions, was like an astral dreadnought size. This huge thing appears to the side of where Lady Night is calling forward. And you can see, because of this magic that's kind of infusing into Lady Night in that moment, she can draw her patron to her. She's saying,
Tina, you ungrateful piece of crap. When I was your patron, I gave you everything.
as she calls forward, and you see this creature in the distance turn to her. And I'm just going to try and intimidate her patron. Did not succeed in that moment, but she's called her patron forward in that moment to try and help her.
It's your boy.
Yeah, it is Mr. Squeaks' turn. Mr. Squeaks.
Oh, he's gonna assist me in my next.
Yeah, cool. And Mr. Hanks.
23.
To hit the creature next to you?
Yeah.
It hits, yeah.
11
11.
damage.
Yeah. It's not looking good as you slice into it.
And now, well, that one still has disadvantage.
And it turns to you and it says,
I don't like you very much.
do another wisdom save. At disadvantage,
7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As that like powerful sound enters in and echoes into your head, you feel the desire to serve this creature in your deepest soul. And you feel the deepest regret for how you treated it. And you know that this is your true god. And you turn and you look around and you know your god really, really, really wants you to offer up Valorhana as a sacrifice. And the best sacrifice is the one that's barely alive. So knock her unconscious and save her for your master. That's what you feel.
Guys, I'm feeling things.
We know about Lady Night. Will you shut up?
Give it up already.
Awesome.
Jeez.
And it is these creatures' turns. The creature that was engaged with Mr. Hanks breaks off as it knows that Mr. Hanks is no longer offering it damage, and it turns over to Garrett as it's going to make an attack.
Yeah.
Does
Disadvantage.
it step 2, Garrett?
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Does it step? Where does it step?
Directly towards Garrett. And the other one is going to attack Apollo. So the one that attacks Garrett gets a 6 to hit.
Is that disadvantage?
It doesn't hit you no matter what because it got so low. And the second one,
No, you're
God,
turning into
8 does not hit, but these other two are
This
going
one
to come
stepped
in.
up to me as well.
It did. The other one's flying into Garrett. The one that's going to attack Garrett, the second one's going to attack Garrett. It's a 13 to hit.
No.
As it misses, as it tries to climb on. Really bad dice rolls now. 7 to hit. Attacking Tobin. That is a 12 to hit.
Well, that doesn't. It's at disadvantage anyways.
It is Garrett's turn. Garrett and Apollo. Go for it.
Garrett looks down at Apollo and he says, Apollo, help me out. I'm just going to do Shocking Grasp on the one directly
Heck yeah.
in front of me.
Go for it.
That's a 12.
12 does not hit as
Really?
you attempt to try and shock it in that
Let me hit
moment.
the other one. Can I attempt to understand what makes this one so different from the other one? Are they different types of creatures?
Yeah, slightly different, but of the same type of aberration-like creatures.
Oh.
They exist in this plane of existence.
All right. That's there where I am. And Apollo is going to bite the one behind me.
Heck yeah.
Natty one.
81. All right, fair enough. He whiffs completely and misses. It is Valorhana's turn. Valorhana, what would you like to do? Top of the round.
You said I could have access to another meta magic as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're on this plane of existence, yeah.
Well, ain't that just dandy? I'm going to look at the Aboleth, and I'm going to cast a heightened spell, which is 3 sorcery points. I'm just using my sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on him, which gives him disadvantage.
Oh, heck
A
yeah.
wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
And I said, if I had $1 for every time I had an existential crisis, would it even matter? Wisdom
Alright.
saving throw.
Yeah. Ooh, he got a 10.
Grand. Then he has Hideous Laughter.
Heck yeah.
Which sees everything as hilariously funny, falls into fits of laughter. He is incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, he can make another wisdom saving throw.
Does that mean he comes crashing down upon us?
Yeah, unless he has the ability to hover in space, which is what he does.
So
Yeah.
he's just in the air, laughing.
Heck yeah. It is Tobin's turn. Tobin, go for it.
I would like to take a step back from the creature there. I see Garrett surrounded, so I'm going to cast Firebolt on the one that Mr. Hanks was attacking. Try to get
Heck
him
yeah.
out. A 14.
14 hits.
1 damage.
1 damage as the fire just kind of singes it a little bit as it hits it.
Can I take a look at the aboleth above us? Does he have
Yeah.
eyes and stuff like that?
It does, yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
What does his laughter sound like?
Deep and haunted. It is Lady Knight's turn, and Lady Knight is calling. She's calling to her patron, as you can all see, still this immense creature that's just larger than life. But it isn't. You can tell it's an avatar of it. It's not. It's not there in corporeal form. As she's calling out, she said, "Tina, you owe me." 1 second. As she turns around and she's going to cast a spell on the creature that's next to her. Oh yeah. As she uses her vampiric touch, as she reaches over, touches it, and it just crumbles to dust right next to her.
And you wanted to fight her?
Well, the warlocks only have a certain number of spell slots. That's the issue with them. As it takes away that creature entirely. As you hear, like, it's just, I'm busy. Like, I have a lot of things I need to do. Like, you know what it's like. Like, I was... Like, you know, when I was you, and I was, you know, I made a pact with you, like, and you were like, oh, I don't have time all the time, right? Like, I got a lot of stuff to do in the astral plane, right? Like, I can't just answer all of your calls. You can see that Tina, this creature Tina, is speaking like
Valley.
yeah, through all of you.
Tina.
The fact that you switched bodies with me is a never-ending spite. Just help me cast away this creature.
I'll try. I just feel like I don't have, like, I have a lot to do, you know? Like, okay, let me think what I can do. Okay, all right, fine. I'm going to roll for her to see if she... Okay,
It's classic Tina right there.
Tina.
Move.
Classic Tina move. And it is Mr. Squeaks' turn, who helped you out, I believe, before. So it is Mr. Hanks' turn. Mr. Hanks, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. You need to knock her unconscious, bloody, as much as possible, and serve her to your new master.
So I have to do that. Am I aware? Like, am I me, but I can't control my actions?
You are not aware that a shift has occurred.
Okay.
It's like you've seen the light.
God is telling you to smack someone.
I
Mr. Hanks?
understand now. I see so clearly now the rain is gone.
Beautiful, Mr. Hanks. I always love your words. What are you doing with that axe?
I have to remove all the obstacles that are in my way. And I unarm strike Falahana. Well, enjoy. 23 to hit.
Yep. That's a smacky.
He's so reckless.
I roll for unarmed attack.
It just does a straight up 4 damage.
Oh, okay. 4. Thunk.
Deal 4 damage, and in that moment, at the loudest in your brain alone, you hear,
Use your sword.
Yes, God.
and
Do not disobey me
again, as 15 points psychically is removed from you and added to the creature as it siphons life from you. You still have the same goal, and you know now that you've disobeyed your
is an awesome
your master.
God, he reigns like an eel in the sky.
That's so funny.
I want to see your prayer book, mate.
So do I attack now with the sword?
No, but you know if you don't do it the next time, it'll punish you again.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I hit you. I believe now that you have disadvantage on any attack that
Yep.
isn't against me.
Yeah.
And that you are...
Oh boy.
And anything you attack has resistance to your attacks.
Awesome.
Until I hit something else.
Cool.
The aboleth turns and floats over to Tobin, and it's going to make some attacks because it's making its way through to get to Falahana.
Oh God.
Yes, it's going to make 3 attacks.
Good.
At disadvantage, right?
He could just hit me. I'm right there.
attacks?
He could. 22 to hit.
Hit.
20 to hit.
Hit.
He's rolling them good dice.
It's at disadvantage,
Yeah, like I said.
but has a real high fucking
rolling them
thing to
good
hit.
dice.
And a 11 to hit.
Miss.
See you,
That
buddy.
is 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
And is that it?
And I needed to do 2 Constitution saving throws.
2
Twice as many
Constitution
as
saving
I'd like.
throws. Me too. 20 and 16.
Oh yeah, you do well. That's great. Awesome. As it swings over and it tries
How
its tentacles
high
try to wrap.
above it
It's
is it?
10 feet now above you as it swims through everybody.
So, did it move into my space and out of my space?
No, its tentacles are
tentacles
10.
it's
It has a
reach
10 feet
long.
reach when
Great.
it does this. It doesn't have to move in. It is now those creatures' turn. They're going to attack. The one over there is going to try and float over
Yeah, jeez.
as these creatures are going to attack Garrett and Lady Knight.
Okay.
A 14 to hit, a 12 to hit against Garrett.
No,
Neither.
neither.
Awesome. There's a nat 20 against Lady Knight. And Lady Knight takes 18 points of damage. And it is Garrett and Apollo's turn. Garrett.
Great. Okay, Garrett would like to sheath his pistol and draw his scimitar.
Go for it.
And is going to attack the one that Mr. Hanks was previously attacking. The one that has been damaged before. Okay, that's a bit better. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Oh, that creature?
This one.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a Odorthox. This is a magical weapon as well for the properties of bypassing any kind of damage resistance, and that is 8 points of slashing damage.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, as you slam into it, cutting into it, and chopping off a bunch of the insects that are this creature.
Gross.
Yeah,
I'll say, Apollo, get the other one.
go for it.
And Apollo's going to take a bite.
Yeah.
The other one that is essentially behind me, flanking me.
Heck yeah.
Natural 17.
Hits, yeah.
Apollo has, this is called a force-empowered rend. This is going to be 1d8 plus
Snag.
2 force damage. What?
Tear.
So that's 9 force damage against this
Ooh,
thing.
Hell yeah, it's barely hanging on now.
Good.
Valorhana, it's your turn.
I'm not finished talking yet. Okay,
Dear
now
God.
I'm done.
We can see Lady Knight talking to Valentina. Can I help her?
Yes, you can. So what's occurring now, if you provide the aid action, you can. It's a form of the divine intervention. She's calling out. It's not divine, right? But it's
Yeah.
a form of commanding her patron, for lack of a better term. If you spend your turn, you can try and aid her in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use my action to... Look, we don't want to be in your way or anything, but like this place is just totally killing my buzz. So if you could please just get us out of here. We're out of your hair. You're out of ours. All good, darling.
I get it. It's just like, when I was immortal, it was very, chaotic, and I kind of remember what it was like to have a body and stuff. But like, why don't you just all fly away and use your, infinite powers to do whatever?
See, we would, but I don't have those. And like with
you
mortals, like
don't?
no, I know, right? It's so unfair.
Shame.
Now, see, these
Who's your
people.
patron? You should switch bodies. I know a great spell to do that.
Oh my God, you can
Yeah,
do that?
I
Oh,
could,
Tell
yeah.
you what, next time we're back here, when these people are all away, you and me, let's talk, let's sort this out.
I
But if
like
you just Get,
you.
thank you.
You should be my. You should make a pact with me.
Oh, tell you what, I'd like to, but right now we might like die. It's a mortal thing, like dying in that, and it's
God,
been a while.
that's
But, like,
awful. That's-
I know
that's
it's
gross.
the worst. So
That's
if you could just
very
like pop
gross.
us right out, that'd be sweet.
Okay, maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I
Thanks.
go a little crazy. Do I have to do all of you? Like even that aboleth? That's
No, not him.
Don't speak to her like.
Oh, so for
Oh, yeah.
bonus action, can I be taking a healing potion? Is that
Sure. Yeah.
thing? Cool. I will do that. Oh, you guys continue on.
Tobin's turn. Tobin. go.
Good.
All right. I just saw Mr. Hanks attack Valorhana.
It's true.
So I'm going to cast a phantasmal force on you.
All right.
And you see Valorhana directly above you.
Intelligence save. Yeah.
17.
Why'd you use the good dice?
Awesome.
Point.
Why are you such a
You
smart
see-
barbarian?
you can tell that Tobin is trying to work his magic, and he's trying to stop you from your goal. He's trying to stop you from serving your god.
Tobin, pray with me. Come to the water and drink.
Why did I have to choose such a weirdo? This is my slave.
The tentacle monster thinks he's a weirdo. Lovely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop a healing potion.
Awesome. This
5 points of healing.
is Lady Knight's turn. She's gonna attempt to do a final
Does
convincing.
she have advantage or
She
something?
does, because she just rolled a 2. She just rolled another 2. But you roll a persuasion with advantage, because that was really fun. And I liked how you roleplayed her.
Yay. That is a 19.
19. Okay, I'll do it for you. Okay?
Tina.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right.
Anytime?
Well, yeah, just
Let-
call on me.
Well, hopefully we'll only need the one, but I can't wait to come back here. It's so
Come
great.
back anytime.
I will.
I love that tentacle extending from your head all the way to, was it Chesagoth?
Yeah. I know.
Crazy. I know Chesagoth.
Hey, some of us are just born with it. I'm just saying.
That's crazy.
I know.
Well, you weren't born with it, clearly. I can see. It's about what? Looks about 24 years old. It's crazy. As a gate opens up around you, and you can see this doorway that starts to extend in the center of where you're at. Okay, well, get in. As it's your turn. It is. It is.
I like that
it's
this
Lady Knight's
conversation
turn.
happened
Lady Knight
as-
looks at you, looks at all of you. It's just, I hate everything that's happening right now. I cannot stress how much this is annoying the shit out of me. As she walks through the gate and through the door. She's gone through that center door. It's Mr. Hanks' turn. Mr. Hanks, you see Farlahana next to you.
Can I ask Mr. Squeaks to distract Mr. Hanks?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah.
I want to. Mr. Squeaks is gonna go and crawl over your face and distract you.
Mr. Squeaks can crawl and it'll provide disadvantage.
Right?
Yeah, go for it.
Gonna come and drop.
Mr. Hanks, you need to cut her down, otherwise you'll be siphoned off of all your life force.
Sinners must be redeemed. I'm attacking recklessly with my
Yeah.
sword. 9.
Nice. 9 does not hit. Awesome.
It's gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
You were the biggest disappointment. I do not even wish to know your name. You can serve me another way.
9 points of psychic energy, not halved, that is siphoned from you.
Can I ask, where is the doorway?
Right in the center.
I'm going home.
Are you still up?
Yeah, I've won.
1 point. Awesome. You do another wisdom saving throw.
It was a 2.
A 2. As you
3, sorry.
As you gladly give your life to this god.
Oh, sweet you, how I love you.
These creatures are going to attempt to grapple Farlahana.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. As the one that floats and flies next to Garrett, it's going to incur 2 opportunity attacks, one from Garrett and one from Apollo.
Let's do it.
As they're all going to try and attack
This is me.
Farlahana to keep her there, to grapple her in
jeez.
place.
Rock one's me, clear as Apollo. Natty 17 for me,
Hits.
and a 14 for Apollo.
Both hit. Yeah! Those things are not.
Yep.
All right, and that's going to be, I attacked with my scimitar. So that is 5 points of magical slashing damage.
Yep.
And Apollo's bite is 7 points of force damage.
Heck yeah, as both of you in this kind of coordinated attack slash into it, biting, rendering it asunder, and it is gone in that space. The other 2 are still going to attempt to grapple you, so it's going to be contested athletics.
Athletics. Oh boy.
If only created a bubble around you.
Yep.
So that is 16 for one,
Jeez.
and that is 18 for the other.
Okay, yeah, both of them I got a 14.
Okay, as you are pinned in place by both of these creatures, held down, and Mr. Hanks is bearing above you. It is Garrett and Apollo's turn.
Garrett's going to
That doorway's
slash
open.
the one that's holding Farlahana.
Go for it.
It's going to be 18.
18 hits.
6.
It had 4 health left. As you cut it away, there's still one pinning Farlahana down.
Yeah.
You still have movement as well.
It's like I imagine like Farlahana's like being grabbed like
Yeah.
and then just like it just falls and you see Garrett standing there with his sword and then
Thank you.
looks at the other one and like looks up at the beast thing, spits on the ground, says Apollo, get him, and Apollo runs up to
Heck
the other
yeah.
one. And the bat.
Jump, jump.
Why
Roll
did I
to hit.
say that like that? he bites it. Natural 20. What?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
20.
Awesome.
Go Apollo. Double damage dice. Great. So that is 13 points of force damage.
And Apollo rips the other one. You have these like the Bash brothers here destroying these creatures.
He like
and
shakes
you
his
are
head from the
freed.
side.
You both still have movement if you want, and there is that portal that's next to you that you can see leads back to the shop. You can see the shop.
I mean, I was going to hold my movement anyway to wait to make sure everybody got through.
Okay, makes sense to me. And it is Farlahana's turn. Farlahana, what would you like to do? You've just been freed.
Alrighty.
I call that, Hannah, go!
I will disengage Am I able to grab Tobin?
You can move half speed if you grab him, yeah.
Would that still get me to the portal?
Yeah.
Grabbing Tobin.
Go!
Let's get out of here.
Someone grab Mr. Hanks.
Don't take me.
It is. It is Mr. Hanks' turn. Mr. Hanks, you had one command from your god, which was to get Falarhana to him. And Falarhana has just run through this portal, and you can see at the other end of the portal is Falarhana. She's right there.
I'll get her for you, God. And I go charging into the portal.
And you can reach her because her distance is halved
Yep,
and yours
yep.
is not. So you can reach her very easily as you race through. You're back in her shop. You're back in Lady Knight's shop.
Was I not going after Falarhana?
Yeah, sorry, Tobin. Yeah, go for it.
I would
yeah.
have. Then I would have
Go
pulled
for it.
her even further.
Yep.
I think
Fair
we
enough.
would have
Okay.
pulled further and maybe like tried to put a barricade or something. Like, is there a counter that we can put between us so he can't get to us?
Sure, yeah.
Well, I want to cast a silent image of a shop of where we are, so it looks like we aren't there. It's kind of covering us.
Oh, okay. You
I wanna
can see
disguise
the
us.
empty
I wanna
shop. You can make
camouflage
it look
us.
like that's an
Yeah,
empty
yes,
shop. Oh,
yes.
cool. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Hanks, I needed to do a wisdom save?
It has to do an investigation or an intelligence
Yeah.
or an investigation.
It would make sense that you would try and figure out where she is.
That would be a 2.
You don't understand where she went, but you know she went through the door, and you do
Huh?
have your final call from that god, right?
I get it. I understand, God. It's a test of faith. And I go charging into the
Awesome.
portal.
Damn.
Heck yeah. Cool. All right. It is the Aboleth's turn. He turns to you, and in a rage, he's like, I
And
will
Garrett
murder you.
holds up his shield and he bangs it with his sword and he goes, "Then come and get it."
Okay.
Instant death.
But like not with all your attacks
Like,
and stuff.
maybe 50%.
Yeah.
Maybe look
Max.
I need
You
you
don't want to do something fucked up to me.
to do a wisdom save.
Natural 5
Okay. I'm going to text you something privately.
for a total of 5 for those playing at home.
I'm going to text you something
Spence
privately. Give me
texting
one
me sweet
second.
nothings.
All right. A few seconds later, I believe, Garrett, what do you do?
Yeah, I jumped through the portal.
Oh,
I
wow.
jumped through the portal.
Don't forget me.
Oh, well, up on Apollo. Stop speaking like that. And then I'll take you. Oh, yeah, we jumped through the portal as well.
As you come back in her shop, in Lady Knight's shop, as you're all there having just survived that battle. Mr. Hanks is there. Mr. Hanks is looking around. Mr. Hanks, I need you to do a wisdom save for me.
4.
You need to find Falarhana now.
Mr. Hanks, step back.
But God won't forgive me.
As
I
do
need
you
his
lower
love.
and Garrett appears there. Garrett,
Yeah, I've jumped through as well.
you can do an intelligence check
And-
to try and see through this as well.
Yeah,
Don't
what
say-
did you make?
Just a picture of the shop.
Okay, but you made it look like the mouth of the portal.
Yes.
But now we've stepped through them.
No. I made it like it's a 15-foot cube. So like
you stepped
I made
into
the
it.
shop. You stepped into the image. So you stepped into an empty shop.
Okay, but can any of us see anything?
We're a bit beyond it.
We're a little
Anyone
bit
who's
past
outside
it.
of this 15-foot cube can see you two kind of looking around and seeing an empty shop. But
Right.
from
Guys!
the inside, it looks empty.
Guys, where are you? Mr. Hanks?
Garrett, I can't find them either, and we have to find her.
Mr. Hanks, no, I saw what you did. Just relax, okay?
No, Garrett, you
Mr.
relax.
Hanks. So,
You-
guys! Guy, and I walk out of the... I move out of the thing. And
now
I've still got my sword
yeah,
out.
you
and
can
I'm like,
see
Mr.
everybody
Hanks?
around there.
Where did it go?
Mr. Hanks?
I want to cast
Mr. Hanks, just stay
grease where Mr. Hanks is.
Okay. Yeah.
Cast grease where you are to do a dexterity save.
Don't cast grease in my shop. What are you doing?
I have.
Don't worry, it'll go away.
I have advantage on dexterity saves.
All right.
Great.
I'm sorry to say, that is a 17.
Yeah, you make it.
You make it as you're standing here looking, and you saw it just where Garrett moved.
Yeah.
Garrett,
And
is there a secret door, Garrett?
Mr. Hanks, I think you should... Maybe you should stay there. And I'm gonna, like, interpose myself. Where's Hana?
They're beyond the 15-foot cube. You're in the middle of the shop. Yeah,
Okay,
in the middle of
great.
the
So I'm, like, gonna hold my shield up and
Yeah.
back up towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as I get to Hana, I turn around and I say, "I'm sorry," and I attack Hana.
Cool.
Go for it.
What the fuck?
11.
Damn it, Garrett.
All right. We're still
have to.
we're still in initiative. And is Falarhana's turn. Falarhana, what would you like to do?
Casting magic missile level 1
Oh no.
on you, because you're all up in my grill.
Sure.
Go for it.
Alright. That is 14 damage.
Is that all?
Heck yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, gee willikers.
I'll kill you.
Oh no.
Doesn't matter.
It is Tobin's turn. Tobin, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force onto Garrett. The shelves containing everything in the shop have fallen on top of you. You can't get up. You have to make an intelligence save.
Okay. We'll see what the dice do.
Sure.
Natural 1.
Let's see.
Natural 1.
Ah!
You take the damage from this completely, and then I need you to do another wisdom save for me.
Okay. Natty 18.
You got an 18.
18.
Ah, you got an 18. In that moment, you shake it off as you take that 1d8 damage.
6. That's fine.
It is now.
And
Hanks'
like the
turn.
illusion is that they're very heavy bookcases that
Heck yeah, it is.
Oh!
like they're piled like 5 thick on top
Garrett
of you.
shakes his head out. I'm back. I'm good.
Mr. Hanks, you can see them across the way.
I don't trust you.
You're standing on that grease, and you see Falorhana right there.
God damn it.
I will bless you. I will cleanse you.
Please don't.
What am I rolling? 18 to hit.
18 to hit.
Gee willikers. Yep, that hits.
Sorry, I didn't realize he'd like stepped right up to her. I'm within 5 feet, right?
Yeah, but you are on the ground, you see.
It's
and
not
you're
me that I'm
surrounded by
concerned about. It's
Yeah,
Apollo, who would have been backing me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like Apollo to impose.
Your
It's an
turn.
immediate reaction
Oh, okay,
that
sure.
my steel defender can
Yeah.
take. It's a reaction to deflect the attack.
Okay.
So what was the lower of those 2 rolls?
4. Well, that would be 9.
Okay.
So. Stop trying to hit me!
It is Garrett's turn. Garrett, you're on the ground.
I swing up at Mr. Hanks a bit of, try to disable him non-lethal.
There's still bookcases.
Yeah, you're crushed underneath all this stuff. You have to get out. It's going to be an athletics check to get out of the.
I spend my actions to clear it and get out, and
Yeah.
then I say, Apollo, take him down. Yeah. Natural 17 for Apollo.
Yeah.
He takes a non-lethal bite. He bites your heel and pulls you back.
Well, 17 definitely hits.
Cool. Deal damage.
Do I have to roll?
It doesn't matter. He has 1 point, right? 1 point of health.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
force
Hanks, you are-
damage as well. So
as Apollo grabs onto you and slams you down, you hit the ground, and you are unconscious. Last thing you saw was Falorhana and your chance to serve your god. As you get knocked unconscious, you're out of combat.
Right, I magic missile Garrett just to. No.
As you all look at each other and the kind of chaos that's happened, Lady Knight is looking at all of you, and it is midday. We are going to end today's session. We'll leave it there. Well, there you have it. The party has managed to find their way back home with a new ally. But will Lady Knight be able to help the party break this loop? And why couldn't she see the image of the temple? Will Tom Hanks ever end a loop without going unconscious? Find out in the next episode of What's My Role? What's My Role is a proud member of the Arcane Focus Network. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us wherever podcasts are downloaded. It really does help. And be sure to tell your friends about What's My Role. See you next time.